University of Missouri Healthcare knows you've got better places to be than in a hospital. That's where our world-class technology and highly skilled medical team come in. We get you home sooner. That's important to you and those who wait for you.
Rufus, guess who's
Welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, May the 10th, and we'll start first of all with Nick Foster, Voluntary Action Center. Good to have you on Radio Friends,
Thank you.
Nick.
Good to be here again.
You have a special event coming up, right?
We do. May the 22nd is an event at the University Club. It's one of our big fundraisers. It's called Spring Into Action.
And what is Spring Into Action?
Well, it's an opportunity first for us to recognize some folks in the community who have made great contributions to us as a community, to make some awards. There's also an auction that goes on, some really wonderful items, and all in all, it is a feel-good event that also helps us to support what we're doing.
So it's a fundraiser, and it also is an opportunity to honor people who have given so much.
Exactly right. You said it better than I.
And you know, the thing is, we have so many people in this community who have given so much time, so much effort, and so much money to make all of us feel better.
That's right. And it's impressive. So this is a great opportunity.
It's impressive. Yes, it is.
And we're very excited about the folks that are going to receive the awards this year.
But you're not going to tell us who they are.
Yeah, we can tell you. Sure.
Okay.
They know, so
okay.
No, it's no secret.
So who are the people?
Jolene Schultz is going to receive the Hazel Reback Award. Good. Hazel was a founder of VAC, and so that will go to Jolene. She's done so many things. Yeah. She was on our board, but she's been all over the place in this community doing great stuff.
And she still is all over the place.
She is. I mean, she's still at it. And so is Ann Deaton, who is another one of our honorees. And Ann receives the Outstanding Community Service Award.
Great.
We're really excited about her. She just has such an incredible spirit. And then Veterans United Home Loans is going to receive the Heart of VAC Award. And that one really goes to people who sort of represent the spirit of what we do as an organization. And those folks are doing great work in the community, having a big impact. And it's a part of their business model. The philanthropy is a big part of what they do. It's their choice to do that.
Yeah. So was it difficult coming up with the organizations and the people?
You know what? You would think it would be. This year, I can't speak about previous years, but this year, these three names surfaced just right away in the conversation that we had about who we want to honor.
So it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be.
Yeah, it feels that way. It was almost like, you know, Jolene's name was mentioned and everybody went, oh, that's a great idea. And then Ann mentioned it and everybody said, oh, that's fabulous. And then we talked about Veterans United and everybody was the same way. It was just over and over again. These are great. We don't have to go any further.
Yeah,
these are great names.
But there are so many people who have devoted so much of their time and energy to making Central Missouri a wonderful place to live.
Right, and I think that a big part of what we hope will happen out of this is that not only will people notice that we're honoring these folks, but they'll also be inspired by that and think, well, there are things I can do as well.
Can you still get tickets to come?
You can. You just call our office at 874-2273, or you can email us at vac@vacmode.org.
Okay, and if you need assistance or if you want to help out with the Voluntary Action Center, those same phone numbers and email address will get
Exactly right. And if someone's looking for help, just a little bit of help to get them over the hump, I really recommend they call us ahead of time and find out what we have to offer for sure and what they need to bring with them when they come.
Yeah, the Voluntary Action Center I always think of as a clearinghouse for people in need. You could always go to Voluntary Action Center and you will send people in the right direction.
That's not a word I've used, but I might start. That's a really good thought.
With Cindy Mustard, I used to call Cindy. We'd get calls so many times, people looking for help. And Cindy Mustard is the lady that we call. And it was like a clearinghouse because she knew exactly where to send people.
We're a great place to start, especially if somebody's not quite sure where to go.
Thank you, Nick.
Right,
Nick Foster, Voluntary Action Center. Now we turn to a guy that goes way back in history with me, Phil Sachs and Gail Cameron. And I've just met Gail.
Nice
You're here to talk about MS Awareness. Now, MS Awareness Week was back in April, last month, right?
Yes.
But we wanted to, Phil called and said, I'd like to come on, Radio Friends, and talk about MS and let people know what it's all about. First of all, explain what MS is.
Well, I was first diagnosed unofficially in 2001 and then officially in 2002. And how...
So you have MS.
I do have MS. And when we used to have the old telephones that had the wires that connected to everything, the myelin sheath covers the nerves, and the nerves send signals to our body. And what happens with MS is that myelin sheath gets worn down or frayed, so to speak. So you lose that connection. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't.
It's like it's loose. And if you jiggle the cord on the phone,
right.
sometimes it would work, or sometimes it would be static. And
Right.
that's how you describe what MS
Right.
is.
Duct tape would fix a phone, but it doesn't fix MS, so we have to take injections or other kinds of medications to help stop the progression.
So, with your MS, have you stopped the progression?
It's keeping it at bay. I'll have an exacerbation and have to go on Solumedrol, I inject every day and then take things for pain and take things for muscle spasms.
Are there any early warning signs for MS?
Most of the people, everybody's symptoms are different, but most people that I've talked to, their vision starts to go.
Okay.
You get double vision, no depth perception, trouble walking, slurred speech, and it can mock a lot of other illnesses also.
Phil, how did you get involved with this?
Well, my wife has MS, and she's had MS for over 20 years. She was diagnosed, and that's how I've been involved with MS as her partner. And MS, I like to say about MS is that everybody's different, everybody's symptoms are different, and you can see somebody with MS walking down the street and never know they have MS. And that's one of the things. For instance, my wife for years, she would get out of a car, and if we were parked in a handicapped space, she might get out of a car and somebody would look at her and wonder, why does she need this space? Well, a lot of people with MS can't walk very far. She uses a scooter to get around. Okay. So the thing I like people to remember about MS and awareness about MS is that the symptoms are different, and just because somebody doesn't look like they belong in a wheelchair or belong in a scooter or are having trouble with balance, they could still have MS and they could still need that handicapped space.
What is a website people can go to for more information?
It's www.gatewaymssociety.org.
Okay, or is there a phone number?
The phone number, I don't have that written down on here.
Okay, so the best thing to do is just go online.
Right, we do have an office here in town.
Okay.
And I have Denise's card over in my purse, but...
All right, that's okay. But we can go online and find anything you need. Phil and Gail, thank you so much for coming by. Okay?
Thank you, Paul.
We're out of time for today. Tomorrow, Val Gurman, Central Missouri Astronomical Association. Our program directed by Travis McMillen, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Danny Matteson, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.